Hello and good morning. This video is a special video done for the Life Documented 2021 group. So if you haven't checked them out, please do so. Today I'm going to be working in this handmade journal. I made this journal from a class from Nellie Wortman, and it has mixed papers in it. And I thought, what a great way to start my page than just kind of muting out some of the text ever so lightly over to the right hand side and just getting a feel for the energy within the page and within my creative soul today. So I approach, if you don't know me that well and you're coming over from the Life Documented crew, then let me tell you, I have zero clue most of the time when I go into a page. So I am literally just listening to my gut, exploring what things may come up, and just really allowing my gut to make those moves. So if you randomly see me bust out and dance, that's kind of common. I do listen to music as I am in the studio, and really, if you think about my creative journey, dance was probably my very first kind of creative expression. So it's natural for me to turn the music on, dance around, and really kind of connect with that energy as I start my page. So with that being said, I call these scraps of paper and fabric giblets. And the giblets are those morsels that you just can't throw away. Like you are like, this is destined to be something good. I am not going to throw this little piece of scrap paper away or fabric or what have you. So that is what I'm really starting my page with. Is I have a canvas that I had that I've kind of torn bits and pieces apart, and I have some old papers and all kinds of goodness, and I am not very good at cleaning up my desk from session to session, so some of this is residual from previous art sessions, and that's okay. I think that kind of allows me a little inspiration to already be started on the table. Or at least I tell myself that, you know. And I also have some super heavy gel medium here that I'm going to use to really glue this piece of canvas, because it's like a thicker piece of canvas, right? And so then I realized that, doggone Tiff, I was not paying attention, and I ended up putting glue on the wrong piece of canvas. So I had to regroup there. Oh, goodness. Sometimes, you know, you just never know what's going to happen when you hit the art room, right? So I'm just kind of gluing things down, and I'm really liking this dark, like inky splot, and I'm kind of just seeing where it wants to land, and I'm not being judgmental. So I think that is really critical. That's a really key piece. And being loose and expressive is, do not judge the process, just enjoy the process, and just allow it to do what it wants to do and kind of take its own journey without you trying to be critical of it. Because right now it doesn't look like much, you know, but I'm not really thinking about the end result at this point. I'm simply thinking about, this is fun, I'm enjoying it, I want to create some additional texture here, so let me take this little piece of earth dyed fabric and glue it down. That's pretty much where my mind is at this point. Now you'll notice that that hole that I made with my scissors kind of allowed my inspiration to take me on a journey that was not expected, but I really like it. So if you're not familiar with my work, I do love to use eyes in my stuff, and I also like to capture things around them to kind of bring the drama of whatever I need to express. And so when I started tearing this earth dyed fabric. I do have a class called Earth Dyed where I show you how to take botanicals and things and create very interesting organic textures. So if you haven't checked out my classes, I do have quite a few available. You can check in the description box below. And that was where this fabric kind of came to be. And so I've had it hanging out, just waiting on the perfect spot. A little giblet that's just been waiting there, waiting. So I decided to take some thread. This is DMC floss and a needle, and just do some very intuitive stitching. Now, really, this is twofold as to how this kind of creates a little bit. It's bringing a pop of color. It also is bringing those polka dots, that color from the polka dot, which is kind of like a rusty red fabric that you can't really see in the screen at the moment, but in that left corner you'll see like the polka dot fabric from the other page. It's kind of bringing that coloring into this spread as well. So it's not like, what? Well, Tiff, that polka dot's just standing there blaring at me. It kind of brings it all together. And so I am no seamstress, and I do not know how to embroidery, but I am just sticking that needle in and just being wild and messy like I normally do. And so that is going to open that little hole up a little bit more so we can see that eye peeking through from the magazine image that I tore out. And so I wanted to add a little bit more stitching at the bottom to just kind of bring it all into play. So I'm going to do a few messy stitchings of excess here at the bottom corner, just to kind of bring additional focus into what turned out to kind of be the focal of this journal page. So that's what we got there. So if you've never tried to use stitching, then this is a really cool way to be able to kind of bring a little extra pizzazz into the mix, which I kind of like because I love texture. So anything that can create that drama, excuse me, or that texture is really awesome to me. So here I'm just kind of playing with how do I want this to be, and if my hole is big enough for the eye, etc., etc. And then I'm going to use my matte gel medium. I've got to get the book out of the way so y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm just using the matte gel medium to go around the edges there, just to kind of get it centered the way I want the eye to kind of peek through this piece here. And then I decided to take the tiniest safety pin, because why not? Who doesn't need a little safety pin through your eye? I mean, really. So it's just an additional way to add texture. And I'm taking that safety pin, and this is a Tim Holtz teeny tiny safety pin, okay? And I'm going to use that just to create that extra drama into this piece. And after all, I mean, who can go wrong with a little industrial feel like safety pins or staples? Like it's just bringing that metal into me, like just adds an extra little bit of interest to the piece. And I mean, my muse told me let's go, so I'm just rolling with the punches today. And then I'm like, I'm digging this. How else can I add a little bit of texture? And so I had that, actually that is a sleeve or a collar of a shirt that I had rusted. I know. If it's not tacked down, my husband has learned to make sure everything that he wants is put up in a drawer, because otherwise, if it's just laying around in this house, it may end up in a piece of art. Just saying. And so I wanted to kind of not really hide, but just kind of bring that in a little bit to the spread. And so I'm kind of just adding that piece there of that, I think that was lace. It was probably a recycled shirt or something, because I really love recycling. And then this is another piece of earth dye. This is actually a piece of silk that I dyed just to see what happens, because that's where the magic happens for me, is just kind of exploring what will happen if I do this, and just kind of reacting to that energy. And so you see we have a very nestled collage piece now, and I've kind of whited out most of that letter over there, and I really like the white space and then the explosion of textures that is happening in that left corner. And I am pretty sure, 99% sure, that I never come up with any type of quotes or anything at this moment. And that's okay, because I oftentimes, after I create the art, I will find the words that I feel like expresses what I was thinking or feeling at that moment. But today it just did not happen, and I wasn't going to force it. I was like, that's totally fine. So, allow yourself to go on that journey and enjoy the process of just gluing things down and taking, maybe things that other people would not consider as art materials, and using that to just really express and explore there. So I'm going to add one last little piece of giblet fabric, and then I'm going to call it good. So thank you for taking a journey with me. I hope you will subscribe to my channel, turn the bell notifications on, and leave me a comment and let me know where you are visiting my YouTube channel from. I love seeing all the different countries and places that are represented here. So thank you for being here, and until next time, y'all, toodaloo.